welcome back to Sassy Southern Home. I am Christine. If you're new here, I appreciate it so much. Thanks for stopping by. If you're returning, thank you guys. I appreciate all your support. And if you haven't already, if you find anything in this video that you like, smash that subscribe button, please. It's totally free to you guys, but it really helps me out a lot. I am working on getting up to my 1,000 subscribers, and that will just help me to keep being able to bring you content from week to week. This week is 3 easy Dollar Tree projects, so stay tuned for them. Watch all the way to the end, please, and thanks you guys. Let's do this. Hey y'all, welcome to my channel. This week, y'all don't want to miss this. Be sure you watch all the way to the end. We've got some Dollar Tree projects that are going to look high-end. They are adorable. And the last one, even though I wasn't sure about it, turned out to be my favorite. If you hear noises in the background, I apologize. That's my dogs. But let's do this. So our first project, we have these little houses that I purchased from Dollar Tree. And I'm going to use a stencil, a transfer. I got this off of Amazon. I'm going to use that little bird there, and then a little wood round I had in my stash, and some leftover material I had in my stash. Now these come covered already with some material, but we're going to take that off because what we have, and that material is from Dollar Tree. It's a little bit heavier, and we're going to paint behind it as well. So we're going to take these little, I guess these are little chalkboards. I'm going to keep them in my stash just in case. You never know when you're going to use something. So I'm just using my little, I think it's called a Scotty puller. I never say that thing right. But anyhow, I'm going to use that to take that off. And I used my scissors, and I had to use the X-Acto knife to get that off too, a little craft knife. So I sanded both of them real well. And then I'm going to paint the fronts, the roof, the sides, and the backs of these with my French linen chalk paint. And I am using, I think I used 14 of those little squares from Dollar Tree as well. I'm going to paint those all around. And that's going to be glued in the end to the back of the houses just to help them stand up a little bit better. So I cut out my little cloth, and then of course then I had to get it down a little bit more exact, but I used my X-Acto knife and my scissors to help with that. I'm going to Mod Podge up underneath and do this in sections, y'all. Do the top first, then flip it up, do the middle, then do the bottom, or however, but do it in sections. Then you're going to Mod Podge on the top of it too, and that's just going to protect it and help it stay there. The little wood round, I did paint it as well. I'm going to center it, and I eyeball everything. I'm so bad about that, I know. I am going to center it, and then I hot glue that down as well. So I'm just going to let that sit a minute, and I'm going to work on my other one. So I got this cute little, the butterfly, and then I needed something other else, so I stenciled in some sunflowers as well. So back to my little one with the cloth, and this one really turned out, I liked it best. So anyhow, it's a transfer, so they gave me this little tool to use to help put that on there. With these transfers, take your time. When you start to peel it up, do it slowly. If it hasn't taken, just put it back down and use your little tool. Just make sure you do that all the way through. So once I got them down, then I'm going to use the little cover that came with it and wipe it, and that helps to burnish it or to make sure that sticks to your project. Then I'm going to use, on both of them, I'm going to use this little sisal rope, whatever you want to call it. I'm going to use it around the roof area because that material was so hard to get up. I'm just going to cover everything, and then I'm also going to use it around that little wood round. And then you see me putting the little backs on them. And then here's the finished project, y'all. These are so cute. I actually, a week ago, put these in my booth. And the little one with the bird has sold already in just a few days. So that's a beautiful decor for your home. Look at that. I'm going to have to do some more of those. I really like that. I like the stencil one too, but The other one's just my favorite, I think. But we did paint behind that cloth so the transfer and everything would pop good. Project 2 is a little farmhouse truck. Now, in springtime, I think it might have been Easter, I picked up these little trucks, and I've got 2 of them to make them a little bit chunkier because one just isn't chunky enough. So on one of them, I'm going to take off the little fender wells. I think that's what you call them. I'm going to remove those just so I can hot glue these together and it'll be flat. So just remove it, hot glue it together. I used my little sanding block to remove as much of that glitter as possible. That was kind of hard to get off of there, but remove the glitter, and then I'm going to paint my body of the truck and the flowers. And the reason why I'm painting the flowers is because we're going to add a bow at the end. Red, and then I'm going to do my gray on the fender wells, and then my black around the tires, and then where that gray is there on their tires, I'm going to color that in too. So just 2 coats of everything real good. And then we're going to use another stencil. That's just a little one with some words. I wasn't sure wherever I would use this at. So this worked perfect, just to add a little something other, make it high end. So again, I'm just going to stencil this on, transfer this on here. Not a stencil, y'all, I'm so sorry, a transfer. And again, that came from Amazon. It was a different pack, but it came from Amazon as well. Then when I get through with that, I've got, you see those little wooden beads there? Those came from Dollar Tree a while back. I'm not sure if they came off of a sign, or I'm thinking they came off of like it was a wreath round. The metal wreath round, I think it came off of there. So I'm going to use some of this sisal rope to make a little handle so you can hang it, and I'm gonna put those wooden beads on there. And then I've got 2 different Dollar Tree ribbons. They're not wired because it's the little one, but that's fine. And I'm going to make a little messy bow, and that's just where you cut it to whatever length you want it. You're going to stack them, alternate them in an X pattern. I'm just going to use the sisal rope to tie real tight in the center, and then I'm going to hot glue that down, and this little truck is done. And I hung it on my porch, and y'all, it is adorable. So you just have to beef up these little materials sometimes from Dollar Tree, because they're like, I don't, particle board, cardboard, I'm not sure what it is, but you have to beef them up, make them a little bit stronger. I'm not a big glitter fan. I'm sure I loved glitter as a child, but not here in my adult life. So take off all the glitter and then paint it, make it a little bit fancier, and then you'll never know that this came from Dollar Tree. So you'll see here in a minute how I make this little bow. This is a cute, quick, easy way, especially if you just don't know what to do with a bow. This is the greatest thing. And look, y'all, that ribbon's got little trucks on it. The other one has little cotton on it. It's so cute. But look at the little red truck, so it matches our truck. That is adorable. And you'll just see me stacking them in my little X pattern. And then just cut them off the length if you need to do that. And I really didn't do anything to the ends other than just leave them like straight up and down. I didn't try to dovetail them or anything because these are just so thin, but you can certainly dovetail them if you want to. And then you'll see the finished project, and I hope you like this one. Alright, you guys, last and certainly not least is my favorite, the little beach wreath. So I got 3 of these little placemats from Dollar Tree. These are it's some kind of cloth, but they're like oh no, I couldn't rip them. I wanted to rip them, but I couldn't rip them. I ended up having to cut them. But it's got the back, and it's a solid color, and the front was the little seashells. And I got this little wire wreath, and then 2 little picks that have little seahorses on them.
So I just cut around the edges to get the little seams off, and then I could cut my strips. I did end up going back and cutting these thinner. The wide strips did not do well. So what I'm doing here is I just took and did like a little loop and then pulled it through. I think you know what I'm talking about. You'll do this a lot if you do macrame. And you see me here how I do it. That I just did that around till I got to the last little section, and I did the top metal part and the bottom. I did not do the middle because it's going to cover it. When I got to the last little section, I did most of it the same way, but I did the top, and then I did cut them down because I didn't want it hanging, covering up the middle part completely. Then what I did was, just because I needed something to glue my little flowers to, and I took them all apart, is I took a few little pieces I had left, and I had very few left, and hot glued those together to the top portion, and then I hot glued the back to the middle portion. Then I had something to glue my little picks to. No rhyme or reason to gluing the little picks, but I did use them all. So I just hot glued those down like I wanted them. I'm going to take my little seahorses here, and I'm going to put them kind of back to each other. And then I'm just using some Dollar Tree nautical little ribbon. This is so cute. I made a double little bow. You can do your bow however, and then I just tied that and hot glued it, and then I just angled the bottoms. I did not dovetail, again, just because the ribbon's thin. Y'all, this is my favorite project. You're going to have to let me know which one is your favorite. Please comment below which one's your favorite. But y'all, look at this one. This is beautiful, and this will hang in my home. I have mirrors everywhere, and I do like to hang these little wreaths above my mirrors, so this is going to be some beach decor. Thank you guys so much. Appreciate it.